The topic of representation when it comes to transgender women in video games is one that's been talked about so many times that I could literally fill the entire screen with links to videos about it. But to mention some characters that are usually brought up in conversations about trans representation, characters such as Bridget from Guilty Gear, Catalyst from Apex Legends, and Madeline from Celeste are some very common names. It's because of characters like this that I even realized I was trans in the first place. I had never fully realized it, but such a big part of discomfort was within the fact that I saw myself as a boy, and so once I came across Bridget, Catalyst, and all of these trans characters in general, so many things that I was insecure of and tried to hide allowed me to be myself and feel a sense of happiness. And naturally, I played as a girl in every game I could. I remember even spending $30 extra after buying Modern Warfare 2 just to play as Pharah in multiplayer, which... it was cool, but, I mean... I could have spent that $100 on something a lot cooler. But overall, expressing oneself and using something as simple as a video game character to get closer to a feeling of acceptance and comfortability is extremely practical and it provides genuine comfort. A few prime examples of validation from sexualization in a video game come mainly from fighting games in my experience. It's a lot easier to end up feeling like that character is your character based on how much effort a person puts into it, rather than something like a hero-based shooter or a MOBA. For example, a character like Elphelt from Guilty Gear contributed heavily to me buying Strive. A decent part of it wasn't even because of her playing style. I mean, obviously, to be able to play a fighter consistently and improve, you have to enjoy the character's moveset. But, I mean, being associated with a fighter like her and being given the motivation to dress feminine and be myself had a lot to do with me personally not having an issue with her sexualization. Sexualization being a validating thing for trans girls such as myself is a wonderful thing, but at the same time, it also contributes to such a rampant issue of unhealthy standards. It can do the exact opposite of what I've explained and destroy someone's self-image and mental health. I would be the biggest liar in the world if I was to make this video acting as if sexualization has only benefited me. There's been multiple times where my mood has been destroyed by the realization that I'm not quote-unquote pretty as some of these characters. Not to mention that over-sexualization in the media contributes to people overindulging in pornography and becoming desensitized to so much. This in return causes gluttonous people to turn into chasers. These are people that will view sexual relationships and just normal relationships in general as experiences, or just something to check off of their bucket list, which these things add to such a big mental health issue within trans girls. Yes, male to females and female to males deserve to be represented in media, but at the same time, it's very, very easy for quote-unquote representation to turn into mindless fetishization. When addressing this topic from a creator's viewpoint, try to take into mind how sexualization can benefit the game and the story. A character like Elphelt canonically tries her hardest to exemplify the pinnacle of femininity, only to fail repeatedly. It's such an inspiring thing for me as it resonates with a lot of the experiences I've had throughout my life. Whereas a character like Jury from Street Fighter, although I do think she looks really cool, the only reason she is so insanely sexualized is because of the profit she'll bring in. I mean, just watch this video of her super. One has a meaning to relate to and a story to learn from. The other has no substance, and for the most part is there just to be attractive and used as a poster child. A specific example I wanted to bring up was one that actually happened just a couple of years ago. In Cyberpunk 2077, a game that primarily makes highlighting corporate corruption one of its biggest objectives, there's a poster with a model that's believed to be transgender with a print, heavily sexualizing what's literally supposed to be an energy drink advertisement. Naturally, some people were insanely upset about this, but it's like they didn't even stop to think about why that's even a thing. A dystopian future where the city's citizens are desensitized to so many things is literally the setting of the game. It's included to show what companies have had to resort to in order to catch a citizen's attention. By the way, there is a link to an article about one of the game designers talking about this exact thing, so if you want to see that, then it'll be in the bio. For a story to make such a point with hopes of genuinely changing how people view the universe of Cyberpunk 2077, and maybe even the real world, it's important for CD Projekt Red to be bold in their approach. If they hadn't created such an aggressive advertisement, Night City would be missing one of its biggest issues, corruption and greed, which is part of what allows the player to become more invested, encouraging them to resonate with the main character's rebellious attitude. I wanted to cover this topic from my first video essay mainly because of how passionate I am about it. Hypersexualization has affected me negatively in a significant way, but I fully believe that there also can be a lot of good within it. Being a trans girl that has struggled with relying on pornography for gratification at points has only elevated my want to cover this topic. I tried to split things into parts as a way of making my points a bit more digestible, so I really hope that worked even remotely to assist in making me sound not crazy. I mean, after all, making no sense in jumping from point to point without ever making my experiences and opinions known is the last thing that I want for this project. I hope my view of sexualization in games and the experiences I've shared have provoked at least some sort of thought, or something like that. I hope that I can learn from this video, and continue to produce videos that are even better quality and even easier to be invested in. I appreciate whoever has made it this far and is listening to me say this. Thank you, and take care.